Hey guys, Franco Charles here. Building an organization can be somewhat of a challenge, but I've came to realize it doesn't have to be that way. There are two things I would like to bring to your attention today as you're building vision and moving your organization forward. And if it's not understood, it could somehow allow you to think that your organization or the vision, whether it be a church, a business, an enterprise of any kind, is not moving forward. Most of the times when we begin to see complaints and chaos and confusion, we think that the organization or the vision is under a threat. Well, it is good news simply because those things are inevitable. Change is not something that is going to be beautiful in the beginning, but it's always messy in the beginning, but beautiful at the end. There's two things I want to bring to your attention as it relates to OD and OB. Most leaders are more familiar with OD, which is organizational development, which deals with the process and the critical function of strategies, methods, and helping individuals to embrace the overall mission and vision of the organization. And most leaders tend to focus on OD in developing the organization's vision and organizational processes. OD is simply organizational development. But there's also OB, which simply means the organizational behavior. This involves the day-to-day behavior and interaction of those that are part of the organization. In Acts chapter 6, verses 1 through verse 4, Peter encountered his first OB experience, organizational behavior. Vision was growing, the church was moving forward, and all of a sudden the minor things began to take surface, where the Grecians, the Hellenistic Jews, and those that needed that daily distribution, things were not being done on time. So the program was being affected. Peter did not just sit around and try to figure out what was going on. He immediately began to implement systems. For the last 25 years, I came to realize that you cannot get rid or eradicate these matters just by having meaningful or unnecessary situations to continue to go on. You must implement structure and system. While we're so focused on OD, which is organizational development, we must also be mindful of OB, how people and individuals are interacting. And let me say this to you, it's not going to come easy. So maybe you're going to experience in your organization and building vision, you're going to experience the behavioral aspects of everything. I came to realize you don't have to be alarmed. Now, it's how we manage these moments is going to determine how successful we come out of them. And one of the things that Peter did was that, hey, let us find 7 among us and give them over to the responsibilities, which was causing the program and the process not to be effective. It's in this moment you want to find capable people that can understand what's the ultimate purpose and movement of the vision. Because the longer you begin to marinate and to manage the things that's not moving the vision forward, there can be a great potential of it not moving forward at all. Progress is not easy, but without change, it can. You must be willing to change and begin to see what is necessary and how can we move this forward. But if we major in the minus, we will not be able to move forward. It's a good thing when you start having chaos and complaining and all these different things. And it seems like it's personal, but it's not. The organization is going through a growth spurt. And if we can manage those moments and not take it personal, begin to move forward, you will begin to see the full maximum growth of what you're going after. But ask yourself, in the midst of the complaining, midst of the confusion, in the midst of all of the chaos, is it affecting the vision? And if the answer is no, then it means that you're on a growth path. You're not going to stop. But the only way it can be hindered if you give attention to anything that will cause the vision to be affected. Always ask yourself, is it affecting the vision? Remember, people are growing together. They're moving forward, but you can't risk it by managing the things that will cause the vision not to move forward. Change is inevitable. Progress is not. And how we decide to change will determine the progress we will have. In Acts chapter 6, 1 and 4, Peter understood that unless we begin to focus on the mission and the vision of why we're doing what we do, he was able to navigate that moment that had a potential of hindering the progress of their movement. But Peter understood. Let's place system, let's place structure around this. Let us understand organization development, but let us also understand organizational behavior. I trust this empowers you today. Until next time, you stay